Well, Julian, thank you very much indeed. Firstly, congratulations to you and Anthony and everybody who has made this such an extraordinary campaign. I've been MP now for nearly 16 years, so I'm not a stranger to campaigns. Believe me, this one, I think, is particularly remarkable. So really well done, everybody. It's a great pleasure to see the mayors here today. And one of the things that has struck me is how much this has been a joint effort between those two towns. But of course, I'm by way of being a poor country cousin, because I'm the MP for South West Wiltshire. And the CCG rather belatedly remembered that my constituents too use the hospital. In Mere and Tisbury and all the surrounding parishes, we're important too, because we do look to Shaftesbury and we do look for services to Shaftesbury, and we have been largely neglected in the consultation. Now that's a problem, because it casts some doubt on the validity of the consultation, and it could be that the outcome that the CCG forms as a result of that consultation is therefore fatally flawed and therefore questionable. And I hope very much that the CCG comes up with the right solution, having listened to all those responses that have been submitted. But it's possible that they may not, and I can tell you, if they don't, having conducted a consultation like this, there is going to be one almighty row. As well as being a local MP, I'm also deeply into this particular material. I began my medical career aged 17 when I was still at school as a part-time porter in a hospital very similar to this one. And I ended my National Health Service career as a part-time consultant shortly before being elected to Parliament. So I've been around this material both as a practitioner and as a representative for all of my adult life. I'm deeply committed to this model. And there are those who say that we don't need them anymore because we're doing hospital at home, which is great, and because we can't afford them, which is fundamentally wrong. Because the metrics that are used, of course, compare hospital beds with nursing home beds, community hospital beds with nursing home beds, and forget that the most expensive beds of all are in acute hospitals, in Salisbury and Yeovil and Bournemouth and everywhere else. They are murderously expensive. If you reboot your calculations with that in mind, the economics of this become much more straightforward. And that's for the bean counters. What really matters, of course, is the quality of care that's offered. And what really shines through community hospitals is the high standard of personal care for the demographic that they serve. It's unparalleled, in my opinion, can't be better, and the worst thing you can possibly do, I tell you this from experience, is to put somebody of an elderly demographic into an acute hospital bed, many, many miles from their home, in surroundings they're not familiar with, and a long way from their families. That is not the sort of clinical care that we should be aspiring to in the 21st century. In my opinion, community hospitals' days will come again. And as we move towards increasingly large specialist centres, which I support because of the standard of healthcare that they give, we will also need to rediscover intermediate care. That means community hospital beds. They are a part of the same equation. So we, I think, are probably in a vanguard here. In a few years' time, not only will we have saved Shaftesbury Hospital, but they'll be emulating the model that we have here. So it's doubly important that this campaign is successful. And I will pay tribute to you all and ask you please to not let up, because I can tell you from experience that when communities are united, communities achieve results. And I am an optimist by nature, but in this particular case, I'm pretty sure that we are going to make sure that we retain those beds at Shaftesbury. And furthermore, in years to come, people will think, what on earth was the CCG doing, even considering removing such a vital facility? Thank you for this evening. It's been a delightful evening. Well done once again, Julian. You're an absolute hero. I don't know about being Zebedee, but you've done a tremendous job, really from a standing start. I think we're all extremely grateful to you. Thank you.